feeling on top of the world. Where nearly 2.2 million hectares of unrivaled diversity life form fosters with historical and archaeology sites. This, my friend, is the real Africa. Kruger National Park in northeastern South Africa is one of Africa's largest game reserve and the world-renowned natural wildlife experience that ranks with the best. Its high density of wild animals, including the big five, which are the lion, leopard, rhino, buffalo, and elephant. The view, speaking of tranquility at its best. Where is the king of the jungle? My journey 340 kilometers to Kruger National Park from Johannesburg as the crowd flies holds as much beauty and excitement as the world-famous safari destination itself. I've done my registration. It is 5 in the morning. Super bright, isn't it, for 5 in the morning? And we are going to see the big five of what makes African safari is one of the world-renowned activity. Hip hip hooray, let's go, let's go! Where nearly 2 million hectares of unrivaled diversity of life homes fuses with historical and archaeology sites, this is real Africa. The world-renowned Kruger National Park offers a wildlife experience that ranks with the best in Africa. A trip to South Africa is incomplete without experiencing a safari in the world-famous Kruger National Park. The first creature that we encounter is called impala. If you look it from far, you may get confused a little because it looks like springbok, but however, springbok has a black lining underneath their stomach, but this one doesn't have. Now, how do you differentiate between female or male impala? It's very obvious. Male impala has a horn, female doesn't have the horn. Book an unforgettable safari experience inside Kruger National Park, where you will get the chance to encounter the big five animals in their natural habitat. The magnificent panorama route in South Africa's Mpumalanga province is one of the continent's great natural wonders and one of the world's most beautiful driving routes. Legend and history. The iconic Kruger National Park is awaiting for you to explore its vast landscapes and spectacular African wildlife. Mountains, bush plains, and tropical forests are also part of the landscapes. Besides the big five, this is home to hundreds of other mammals, so do the various species of birds, including the falcon, eagle, and southern ground hornbill. I must say that Kruger National Park is indeed the most important stronghold for several African wild beings. It's worth a visit. All of Africa's iconic safari species, elephant, lion, leopard, cheetah, rhino, buffalo, giraffe, hippo, and zebra thrive here. Hundreds of other mammals make their home here, as do diverse bird species such as vultures, eagles, and storks. In Kruger National Park, there are about between 500 to 521 bird species recorded. It's actually quite different. Right now we're seeing a vulture. Mountains, bush plains, and tropical forests are all part of the landscape. The best time to visit Kruger National Park is during the dry winter months from May to September. This is one of the 22 African horned deer. This one specifically named Kudu, and you can see like a beard underneath the chin. It shows a little of masculinity. winter progresses, and September is particularly lovely since the mornings are less chilly than in midwinter. The best wildlife viewing time also coincides with low season, making it even more attractive. Kruger National Park is justifiable one of the most famous parks in Africa. The park is the size of a small country and supports a huge variety of wildlife. All of the big five are present in large numbers.
But at the moment, we're quite fortunate to see a giraffe, a group of giraffe in quite a near distance. Sometimes, if you're lucky, you get to see a lot of them. And if you're even more lucky, they might be just standing next to you, next to the truck. But some days, you won't be able to see anything much. So again, that's the thing about natural wildlife experience. 1, 2, 3, 4 zebras. I honestly think that today is my lucky day. I am literally sitting probably about 10 to 20 feet away from the zebra, which is super close. This is my first encounter with zebra. Now here's an interesting fact about zebra. Just like us human beings, we have different pattern for our fingerprint. They also have different patterns, so they are not the same. Zebra are equally unique on their own way. Now, how do you differentiate between the female and the male? You can't just generally look. Of course, size does matters as well, but to properly tell, you see underneath the tail, the black lining, right? If it's thicker, that's the female one, whereby the thin is usually the male. Now let's guess this one. I believe this is a male. Is this a male?